In this world, beauty can be both a gift and a curse, especially when it comes from the same family. This is the story of two cousins, Cynthia and Linda, whose love was tested by jealousy, and whose forgiveness changed everything. The morning sun rose gently over the city of Lagos, painting the rooftops gold. Birds sang softly outside as Cynthia stood by the mirror in her small apartment, brushing her thick, black hair. It was the kind of hair that glowed under the sun, long, soft, and enviable. Her smooth brown skin and innocent eyes gave her a natural beauty that turned heads everywhere she went. But beauty, as she would come to learn, can sometimes be a curse. She lived with her cousin, Linda, the daughter of her mother's late sister. They had grown up together since childhood. After Linda's mother died, Cynthia's parents took her in, raising her like their own. At first, the girls were inseparable. They shared clothes, dreams, and laughter. They used to sit together at night, drawing pictures of what they wanted to become. Linda wanted to be a fashion designer, while Cynthia dreamed of being a mother. But as they grew older, something changed. Cynthia's beauty began to attract attention everywhere she went. At church, at school, even in their neighborhood, people noticed her first before Linda. Compliments that used to make them both laugh started to sting. One Sunday, after service, a woman walked up to them and said, "Oh, Cynthia, you are growing into such a beautiful young woman. Your mother must be proud." Then she turned to Linda and added softly, "And you too, my dear, you're trying." Linda smiled politely, but her heart burned inside. From that day, the seed of envy took root, quiet, invisible, but growing. Years later, both cousins moved to the city for university. They rented a small apartment together, just as they had promised as children. Cynthia studied mass communication. Linda studied fashion design. At first, they were happy again, helping each other, cooking together, laughing about their lecturers. But things changed when a local modeling agency hosted an open audition near their campus. Cynthia didn't even plan to go. She was shy. But Linda encouraged her. "Go, now. You have the look they want. At least try." So she went and got chosen on her very first try. That day changed everything. Within months, Cynthia's picture started appearing on small brand posters. People recognized her on campus. Her Instagram followers grew. Suddenly, she was the girl everyone wanted to talk to. But Linda's smile began to fade. She still told people, "That's my cousin," whenever Cynthia appeared in an ad, but behind closed doors, she watched in silence, comparing every detail. Cynthia noticed the change too. Linda became distant. Conversations turned cold. Compliments started to sound like mockery. One evening, after Cynthia got home from a photo shoot, Linda asked in a sharp tone, "So they pay you just to pose in front of camera, eh? What kind of life is that?" Cynthia looked confused. "It's just modeling, Linda. It's my dream." Linda hissed. "Dream? Or vanity? You think beauty will last forever?" Cynthia walked quietly to her room, but that night she couldn't sleep. The girl who once tied her shoelaces in primary school now looked at her like a rival. Months later, a big opportunity came. A talent scout from South Africa saw Cynthia's pictures online and reached out. He wanted her for an international campaign. It was her big break. She was overjoyed. But when she submitted her final forms to the agency, something strange happened. They emailed her a few days later saying her application had been rejected due to unprofessional online behavior. Cynthia was confused. She had done nothing wrong. Until one of her friends sent her screenshots of her private photos, pictures she had taken in confidence, leaked online. Her heart sank. Someone had broken into her personal account and shared them. The news spread fast. People started gossiping. Brands withdrew their offers. Overnight, Cynthia's shining career crumbled. She sat in her room for days, crying. "Who would do this to me?" she whispered through tears. But deep inside, she already suspected. A few weeks later, she confirmed it when she found the evidence on Linda's old laptop. The same photos, the same fake accounts used to spread them. Her hands trembled as she confronted her. "Linda. Why? What did I ever do to you?" Linda froze. Then she said quietly, "Because I'm tired of living in your shadow. You get everything without trying. Everyone loves you just because you're pretty. Do you know what it's like to be invisible next to you?" Cynthia's tears fell freely. "Linda, you're my sister." Linda looked away, guilt and anger battling in her eyes. Days passed. Cynthia couldn't eat. She deleted her social media, quit her modeling work, and stopped leaving the apartment. She felt betrayed in the deepest way. But one evening, she came home to find Linda sitting on the floor, crying uncontrollably. She had lost her fashion internship, the same opportunity she'd worked so hard for. "I deserve this," Linda said between sobs. "I destroyed you. And now everything is falling apart for me too." Cynthia knelt beside her. For a long time, she said nothing. Then, she placed her hand on Linda's shoulder. "Pain doesn't fix pain," she said softly. "You hurt me, but I won't hurt you back. I forgive you." Linda looked up, shocked. "You forgive me? After everything?" Cynthia nodded. "Yes. Because I refused to let bitterness turn me into who you became." They cried together that night, truly cried, for the love they had lost and the bond they almost destroyed. If this story has touched your heart so far, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe. It helps us share more powerful African stories like this one. Weeks later, Cynthia started modeling again, slowly, with smaller gigs. Her story spread online. Model forgives cousin who tried to ruin her career. People admired her grace. Brands called again, this time, bigger ones. Linda too began to rebuild her life. She apologized publicly, admitting her jealousy and warning others about envy. Her courage touched people. She began designing clothes for Cynthia's shoots, and surprisingly, their partnership became successful. One evening, they stood together backstage at a fashion show, Cynthia modeling, Linda designing. As the lights dimmed and music played, Linda whispered, "Cynthia, I don't deserve you." Cynthia smiled. "We both deserve peace." They hugged as the curtain opened. The crowd cheered. Cameras flashed. But what mattered most that night wasn't fame or beauty, it was the quiet forgiveness that had healed two hearts. Sometimes the people who envy us the most are the ones who love us the most but don't know how to handle their pain. True beauty isn't in the face, it's in the heart that forgives. But the big question is, will Linda truly change? Or will she show Cynthia that indeed she is a green snake in a green grass? 500 comments and I will post part 2. Thank you for watching this African story. Remember, kindness always wins.